Hi, I'm Craig Williams. I'm a lifelong aspiring coach, really, and recently I enrolled on an NLP course with H.B.P training and the two Phils. It's been a phenomenal experience, and today I've just grabbed Phil for a quick discussion about why he brings people to this centre of excellence and talk a little bit deeper about the course. And one of the reasons that I've absolutely loved this course is the location, and I had no idea really that we were going to come to such a magnificent location. So just talk me through how you ended up here really.
Well, I think when I first started on my NLP journey a good few years ago now, there were certain things that I noticed with the course that I thought could really be improved upon. And the course itself was fantastic, and it set me on the path to where I am now, changed my life completely. But there were just little things that were just a little bit disconnected and lacked congruence with the overall aim of trying to create this learning environment. And it was really sort of three things for me. The first thing was the location. We was in kind of a hotel conference room. It was a real sterile environment. It lacked any sort of character, lacked any individuality, and people would arrive sort of 5 minutes before the session was due to start with their Starbucks coffee, all sort of ruffled from their journey, sit down, they weren't prepared, in my opinion, to hit the ground running with the learning. So I kind of thought that the training needed to be more immersive. You needed to have, if you could, create an environment where you got your students or your delegates and they stayed on location and they immersed themselves. I always use the analogy, if you want to learn a foreign language, you go to the country and you immerse yourself in the culture. And if you want to learn about NLP, you have to immerse yourself in that environment. So that was the first thing that really struck me. The second one was, it costs so much money on top of the course to find yourself a hotel room, find yourself food, travel to and from the venue, all of the added sort of costs that were on top of the course. It really sort of bumped up for me, and I had this sort of vision of creating an NLP course which was all inclusive, accommodation, all your meals, and it would be set in this tremendous environment, which is where we find ourselves today at Lilleshall. And the last thing was really, because we were starting at 9:30, like I've already said, there were loads of opportunities where we could have been learning and we weren't. And effectively it was a 7-day practitioner, a 14-day master practitioner, and you needed that time because of the content. But I thought if I could put it into an immersive training environment, like here, where people come and stayed, they ate, slept, talked about NLP, there were morning sessions, there were evening sessions. What we could do is compress that down into a 5-day course, so it wouldn't impact people's weekends either side or a whole weekend, and people could just come and really jump in deep end and learn about it. So that was the whole thought process behind Lilleshall, and then eventually, after lots of searching, we found this venue here, Lilleshall, which has just proved to be phenomenal for us. It really has.
I mean, it's really picturesque, and just the little walks that you do first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And it just sets you up into a great learning mindset. I think one of the things that I've really experienced and I've taken so much value from really, and I think this is just a byproduct of the way that you've done it, is that every meal time, every time we have a cup of coffee, every time we have a cup of tea, it just felt like an extension of the lessons, you know what I mean? Because you had the time to talk to other people, other course members and everything, and really just sort of work through the things that you'd learned, and you got a deeper understanding purely because you was with people all the time.
Yeah, and like the walk we're on now is a replica of the kind of walk we do each morning before breakfast. The whole course gets together, we go for a walk. During that walk, the conversation could be anything, from what we did yesterday to what's coming up today. And there's a real sort of inertia of learning that carries folding on from the morning into the breakfast. And then when you start the session, suddenly you've gone from the 9 or 9:30 Starbucks in your hand, arriving 5 minutes before. You've had a morning walk with all the group. You've had breakfast together. Discussions have been sparking. Yesterday's learners have been folded over into today, and it just makes a much richer and much more comprehensive learning environment, which is really exactly what we wanted to do with Lillyshaw.
So anyone considering booking onto an NLP course with HBP, you know, what are your, let's say, 3 most important unique selling points, or the 3 factors that they really should bear in mind that sets you apart from every other provider?
Well, first and foremost, you've got to talk about value, value for money. We live in a world where people don't have as much disposable income, and what we offer with our courses is fully inclusive, full board, which is included in the package, and that brings out at the same price as nearly all the other NLP providers on the market today in the UK. So in terms of value for money, we think we're sort of head and shoulders above everything else. The second thing is we're really embracing technology of our NLP. So Google Hangouts, with online communities, closed Facebook pages, and when you train with us and when you become part of the Academy of Excellence, you're in that academy, you stay in that academy, and there's further support, and that can be understanding about marketing. So if you, for instance, do your NLP course and you want to become a coach, then we can help you with a website, we can help you with understanding how to market yourself as a coach, all of the things that are added value. And the last one, which I think is the biggest, is the community aspect. And when we came up with HBP NLP, we really wanted to make a community, and all of those things before create that community. So when you become part of the Academy of Excellence, it's a community that you stay in, and when you join it, there's people that have been there for years, that have done the course 2-3 years ago, and you want to ask them questions. It doesn't necessarily have to be me or Phil. You can pose a question on the closed Facebook pages, and you'll just get a whole sort of, a spectrum of answers from people that have with different experiences. So that shared collaborative mindset is a cornerstone of what we do differently.
Excellent. So I mean, I booked onto the NLP course because I was at a pivotal point in my life and I wanted to change the direction that I was going in, and it definitely did that. So I encourage everybody, if you're watching this video, get yourself over to hbp-nlp.com and sign up for a course today.